You know, people are always asking me, Sam, how do you create such amazing YouTube videos?
Nobody has ever asked me that question, ever. If I had a nickel for every time someone asked me that question, I would have no nickels.
And I thought to myself, you know, maybe I should make a video on the kind of equipment that I use to make videos. First of all, obviously you need a camera. Well, multiple cameras, because one camera doesn't do everything that you're going to need it to do. So while I'm shooting on the 70D from Canon, which by far is, thank you KJ, is it's actually her camera. So it's an amazing camera, takes awesome pictures. The autofocus, everything works extremely well. And if you know what you're doing, which I don't, you can put it in manual mode and get all kinds of settings. Sound quality is of utmost importance, and sometimes it's not easy to get that because you're out moving around. But what I got was the Rode Professional, or whatever it is, kind of goes on the top of the Canon 70D, provides very good direct sound for the camera. I think it's called a shotgun mic, where it kind of filters out all the information around it with the exception of exactly what the camera's looking at. And if you get a windsock or a dead cat, whatever they call it, for the top of it when it's windy outside, it can block out almost all of that noise that you're going to get. But a 70D is like this big camera, and you can't always carry that around. Certainly can't fit it in your pocket. Well, you need some pretty big pants. So what you need other than that is maybe kind of a shorter point and shoot, which the one that I chose is the Canon G7X. And this baby is amazing. This is the pocket kind of point and shoot sort of thing with, again, all the other functions that you want off of something else. Now we have to keep in mind, if we're doing something where we're stationary, we're probably going to want to use the Canon 70D. If you can put it on a tripod, because just with the Rode shotgun mic, you can't duplicate that kind of sound. But in certain situations when you're outside or whatever, this Canon G7X, amazing. Another piece of this would be a good cell phone, because there are going to be a lot of times where you're just not going to have your camera, you're not going to break it out, but there's still something that happens that you want to put in. Time lapse works great off of these things. So this is on the Samsung Edge Plus. So not a bad picture. Keeps everything in focus. I mean, you can get up close, you can get far away, you can do all kinds of things. Not a bad option, but I don't think that the picture quality is as good, of course, as the 70D. But anyway, that's what this one looks like. The next thing that I have is the GoPro. This thing is indispensable. We're on the GoPro right now, and as you can see, when it comes up closer, it's probably not that bad. Great picture off the thing. But like I said, when you start moving around and going out and you want to have closer shots from further away as you're filming, this doesn't always do it for you. The next thing I think that you need, not mandatory, highly recommended, is a drone. As far as a drone goes, I shouldn't even have to explain why you need a drone. You just do. But don't get one of those cheap ones, because this thing will fly away on you. You don't want that. You need something that's going to be tried and true. Going to follow what you want, go where you want it to go. So let's turn this baby on. So one of the reasons you need a drone is you simply can't get a shot like this with just a camera. At least you're 50, 60 feet tall, and you certainly can't do this. This drone is friggin' awesome. Just get one. Another thing that you're gonna wanna get, I think, is you need to edit on something. Once you get the post-production, okay, let me just say this. For every like 5 minutes of video that actually gets posted out there, and maybe some people are better than others, I don't know, but it's like 3 hours of shooting or so, and then probably another hour and a half or so of post-production, meaning that you're gonna take pieces out, put pieces, move pieces over, that kind of thing. I recommend the MacBook Pro. That is my recommendation for editing video. I'm a PC guy, always been a PC guy. In fact, I never owned a Mac till, what, a month ago maybe, if that. but the thing doesn't crash on me. It does video extremely well. Audio, all the rest of the stuff's great. And you don't really need to even buy anything else. iMovie that comes with it is perfectly fine for most applications, I would think. At least I've found it to be. Yesterday I'm working on the Mac, and all of a sudden it comes up with this message, disk space low. Well, I mean, it's got like 500 gigabytes on it or something. So I look at the storage space, and I find out that I have well over 200 gigabytes of video on the Mac. Now, as you know, if you're shooting in full HD, file size can become quite large. So another thing that I would recommend you get is a 5 terabyte backup drive. So I was able to take off a whole bunch of stuff from my Mac, put it on this thing with room to spare, and I can do a lot more video. But without that, you're gonna run out of space. That's all there is to it. One more thing you're gonna need is you have to listen to the audio. And you have to listen to all the nuances of the audio when you're editing. So I recommend that you get a nice pair of headphones. I've chosen these Beats, which seem to function awesome. So don't try to edit video without a nice set of these. You'll need all kinds of chargers. You'll need multiple batteries, and then you just make a story. So at the end of the day, there's really not a whole lot you need to do the YouTube thing. Relatively straightforward and easy, and only requires a few essential tools. So YouTube responsibly, have fun, and generate movies that you'll want to see for years to come.